Hello everyone and welcome to another Pokemon Pocket video. Today we're going to be looking at one of the few decks right now, unfortunately, in the current meta that I'm actually enjoying after today. I was struggling to find a deck I like, struggling against all the Silvalleys, struggling to want to just fish for rare candy every single game. So I decided to try some Giratina Darkrai with a sprinkle of Nihiligo as well in there. I've seen this sort of rough build on ladder a few times over the past week or so, but I decided to give it a try myself, and I had some fantastic results. I hit a 10 win streak, I think went back up to 5 win streak after a loss or so, but overall I think I climbed like 100 points in a pretty short time today on stream. I think I'm like 7,000th in Master Ball right now, so it went really well. And I think it's something that can be a little bit different. Now, it obviously seems a bit silly. Yeah, play this new version of Darkrai Giratina, you'll have tons of fun. But I was always one of the players who quite enjoyed the playstyle of Giratina Darkrai, even though at times it may have been a little bit too strong based on the rest of the meta. But I don't think that's the case now. I just think it's a solid deck that has currently some good matchups. Before we dive into the deck, I'll just talk about the matchups itself for a second, where Buzzwole can be a little bit difficult, obviously a very popular deck, but still winnable. And then on the other side of that, every Oricorio deck I faced today, I beat pretty easily with the combination of Poison and Darkrai pings. It wasn't really a big deal. And then pretty much all the other matchups felt quite good because the extra health gives you great game against Silvally because they can't like hit you for 20 and then hit you for 100 and then you're done. The deck does run healing to help out with that as well. But the main strength of this deck and creates so many good matchups, at least in my experience, is the Barb and the Nihiligo really helping stuff out. So going through the deck list, of course, it's 2 Darkrai, 2 Giratina, and then the 1 Nihiligo that you basically never want in the active spot, ever. Unless something's going really wrong, or obviously it knocks out a Pokemon for you to win the game. But you will start with this because sometimes you have to, but I think I started with it once in like 20 games. It's fairly rare because obviously you run 4 other Pokemon, and you've got stuff like Pokeballs, Professor's Research to find some stuff as well. Obviously that's after turn 1, and there is a leaf in there for emergencies too. Normally you want to have that for Darkrai Giratina, but you can back out with the leaf if you have to. But realistically, the games you start Nihiligo, you can still win, no problem. It's just not optimal, right? But yeah, talk about the rest of the list. Of course, we do have the Poison Barbs. These are MVP in the deck. They set up so much extra damage with those Darkrai pings. Basically, we can start doing, what, 40 to 60, depending on what you deem as a turn, whether it's just your go or the back and forth. You can start pumping out a ton of damage, soften Pokemon up, just like Solgaleo. You can just blitz through starting Pokemon that are pretty popular in the meta right now, as well as even against Buzzwole. You can put a ton of pressure on that forces them to actually either heal some of like the Pheromosa or whatever, or swap it out, and it can cause some problems. So there's a lot of good chip damage, which is what this focuses on. We obviously have Cyrus, because not playing Cyrus in a Darkrai deck is a crime. There's a Mars and a red card, again, to control the hand, and almost all the time, when we want the strongest Mars, well, our opponent's probably going to knock out a Darkrai or a Giratina, and then Mars brings them down to 1. Pokemon Center Lady, I know you said Nurse Joy, still got the habit, and then 1 potion to help out. A few people have talked about Cape instead of potion, but you can't potion something that's already got Barb on it, and I really want Poison Barb on the thing that's probably taking the damage, right? So I found the potion to be pretty useful along with the Pokemon Center Lady for a pretty big heal. And then red card I mentioned, and then to finish up, we've got red, and we have Guzma. Guzma, obviously, tools are super strong right now. And then red, just to help out for that little bit extra damage. Because once you start doing, like, red with the Darkrai pings, you can work with the poison stacking up as well. Like, Solgaleo's health isn't as much of a problem with this deck, which is really nice. So, yeah, that's the deck list overall. A fairly light introduction, I think, but most of you probably know how Darkrai Giratina works, and you just want to sit the Nihiligo in there somewhere. Normally, the perfect start is a full bench of like 1-1-1 of Giratina, Darkrai, Nihiligo, and then another Giratina or Darkrai in the active to be your tank, while that's tanking, build up the backline, and then win the game is generally how it plays. So yeah, we are going to play 3 games in a row as usual, as I want to do in these videos. They will not be chopped or changed. It'll just be 3 games straight, and we'll see how we go. These will be Master Ball games as well, so stick around. Okay, here we go. First game. Like I said, this is like just over 1,500 points in Master Ball. I think I'm like ranked 7,000 or something. I was a little bit worried for a second, but we do have the Giratina start with Poison Barb and a Nihiligo, so I am already feeling pretty happy. Looking at this, probably going to be some form of Oricorio, Zeraora. I have been seeing some Magnezone lately as well, which has been pretty interesting. Oh yeah, there we go, okay. I saw this a few times today. I did beat it every time as well. Typically, I'm probably going to lose this one now because I've said that, but let's see how it goes. We do have Poison Barb. Really, right now, we're hoping for not Guzma, because that would suck. But we'll have to see how this goes. I think we'll just Bellow here. We've still got time to draw the Darkrai because we're going first, which is another good strength of this deck. A lot of decks right now suck going first. Not even like they want to go first, but they're actively bad if they go first, at least in my opinion. Whereas Giratina, as we can see, we can start ramping that a little bit earlier and line some things up. We do not have the Darkrai, which is quite bad. Let's think, what should we do? I can actually put the energy on the Nihiligo here to help out versus the Oricorio, since we have a Leaf. And I think I'm going to Mars. That was their first turn, so I'm going to Mars to try and reduce this hand size down a little bit. They did Professor's Research and then didn't play anything, which is a good time to Mars if you have to. Obviously, I would have preferred red card instead of Mars here, but we take what we can get, right? So now, if this Oricorio attacks my Giratina without Guzma, it's already gone. As long as my hand doesn't change for the Leaf, obviously. Oh, they do have Magneton. A little bit annoying. So if they have Magnezone on curve, this could be a touch rough. Oh, wait, they're not even attacking. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, I think we just changed now, right? Yeah, we just bail it, play the Darkrai then. This is A-okay. Next turn, we might well just switch in and knock out the Magnezone. I also think I'm going to take the opportunity to dump the red, because I'm 95% sure that they're not running EX Pokemon. So we may as well get it out of the hand. And now again, if when you're in this situation, if you have the Nihiligo safe and they don't have Guzma, they're going to need Sabrina. They're going to need something drastic. That's an Iono, which is not a Sabrina, and it is not a Guzma. So we're extremely happy. We did get Pokeball, which is not amazing right now, but something. Are you going to attack? They're not going to attack. Wow. We don't have the Leaf, which sucks now, but still. Or the Sabrina, which also sucks, actually. It's a little bit unfortunate. I would have loved the Sabrina here. There it is. Let me think. I think we just hold on, if I'm being honest. Because this Magnezone doesn't even beat the Giratina right now. And we still have heals in the deck. I am going to space Bellow this one, because it means we can still attach on Darkrai next turn. So we effectively can do 150, even more. Even if the Magnezone gets caped or something, we can break through with Guzma. And also, wait, it doesn't matter. If they would have to Magnezone, retreat, Guzma the Barb off, and cape to survive. That's a big ask. And this is why I like this so much. With the Barb and the ping and the extra damage from Nihiligo, our just raw burn that we're just chipping away with is insane. Well, there's the cape. But look, like this Oricorio against an EX Pokemon has achieved nothing. And now we can just Sabrina this. And this might even just be a leave. Because they just have nothing. And yeah, there you go. Obviously, it was a little bit, this was a good game for us. We got a good opening. But still, it goes to show that, like, Oricorio, I've won every single game against Oricorio with this deck. So you're not worried about that. You're not worried about a lot of matchups. But let's move on to game number 2. Okay, let's get into game number 2. We got off to a good start with our first game. And we are going second this time against Electric. Wait, we're just going to be farming Electric here. So we'll start Darkrai. We'll have, again, you want the Nihiligo in the back. We are going first, so there's always an element of we don't want to get Sabrina'd here. However, we also don't want to get red carded or anything, so we want to... Generally, I like to hand dump. Oh, double Oricorio. This could be a little bit harder when there's just 2 of them right off the bat, but we are going second, which is quite nice. If we can get the Barb and the Giratina up, we might be okay here. Ooh, okay, this, I'll be honest, I have not played against Pikachu variant right now, so this could be a bit spicier. However, the red could be clutch as well. Second Darkrai, I probably should have researched first there. That's definitely a mistake on my part. Yeah, I definitely should have researched. However, we get Poison Barb, and we get to start pinging in the back. So this is, again, this would be perfect if we had Giratina down as well, but this is quite good, I would say. And let's just end turn. Yeah, I don't know how the Pika matchup goes. I imagine it's a pain in the ass for me, because Pikachu one-shots Giratina and one-shots Darkrai, so this could be a little bit harder than, say, the Magnezone versions or the Silvally Oricorio versions as well. But we'll have to just wait and see. Pretty straightforward turn here. I'm just going to ping. It looks like they're just going to straight up bring out Pikachu, which is definitely an option. I am going to red card, though, because we'll just take a card away. We may as well. They didn't actually play anything last turn, so we'll just -1 card from their hand for now. And call that one a day. We are getting ready to one... If Pikachu comes in and one-shots this, and we one-shot Pika, great. What we're scared of right now is the Guzma, because that's causing us probably the most trouble. There's Tapu Koko, so it's the Tapu list. Okay. A lot of people on ladder are always like, oh yeah, well, this deck runs these exact cards. Never be fully all in on that strategy, because some people like experiment. Well, a lot of people like experimenting, actually, so got to be careful with that. We do have Cyrus in the list as well, so this can be pinged later on. Just going to triple check I'm not doing anything silly. Yeah, we'll end on Bellow. I'm not expecting this Giratina to do tons, but they still have to, like, retreat this, right? And bring in Pika. This is still a problem for them. And again, Oricorio, because of the Barb and the Darkrai, this EX counter isn't really countering the EX. Oh, they have it. Okay. Fascinating. So if I draw Cyrus now, we just win. And they don't even have the Guzma. So they lose all that energy. Poison Barb's going to bring them down to 100. We have natural attach and attack. We can even hold the red for the Tapu Koko, potentially. Another Barb would be insane right now, though. Look, guys. If you're good, you're good. I don't know what to say. So we have multiple outs now, or multiple ways the game can go. We're going to Dark Prism the Pika, get rid of that. If we draw Cyrus, we win. If they attack us, we kind of win. Like, I'm feeling pretty good about this. And I am glad that I've faced at least, well, faced 2 out of at least 3 now, Oricorios. Because I think people think Oricorio is stronger against Darkrai Giratina than it is. I said this in the previous meta as well. It's like, Darkrai Giratina is one of the best EX decks to actually deal with an Oricorio. And look, yeah, they can't even bring out Tapu Koko. Did they just energy this and, like, try 90 me twice, which also seems impossible? I think for them to win this, they would need, like, a bench sniper on Nihiligo, and then to pull it in and knock it out, right? I think that's the only way I can see anyway. And look, it's just attach and nothing. We didn't get Cyrus, though, which is a little bit disappointing. I think there's an argument to put energy on Nihiligo here, but I think there's just, if we just keep pinging, I don't really think there's anything that can go too wrong. Oh, I guess the downside, the world where they run 2 Pikachus is a problem, I guess. Barb's fine for us. Oh, and they just still didn't attack. There's Cyrus, but Cyrus doesn't do much anymore. So now we're really... I don't know what they're going for, guys. I'm in these scenarios, I actually get afraid. More than anything. Because I'm worried that I'm forgetting something that they can get me with. So they can't attack now either. I don't want the Cyrus here because unfortunately they healed. I guess I want to use cards. So I'll just Guzma this away. There's an argument of saying you should leave the Barb on so they can't cape, I guess. This is the moment where I fall into an obvious trap and you can all laugh at me in the comments, but I just can't really see a way out unless they do have second Pikachu and then, like, I don't know, Dawn or something. Okay, they're letting me have this again. We still, unfortunately, have not found our Sabrina, bottom 5. Okay. We can draw because we don't have anything else to do. Okay, so there's Sabrina, there's Cyrus. We'll play the Giratina for extra... to empty the hand more than anything, actually. I'm going to ping here. They've used a Pokemon Center Lady. So if they retreat out and put something else in, we still have Cyrus. And now this Giratina can also attack. So now the Giratina can actually one-shot the Tapu Koko. We've sort of naturally got to that point pretty easily, honestly. Pokeball into... Oh, so whatever Pokemon they have, if any. Maybe they're running 1, 1, and 2, right? 2 Oricorio, 1 Tapu Koko, 1 Pika. Okay, Guzma gets rid of this. That must have been their draw that turn. And yeah, we can do basically whatever we want here, but it is just, we'll just do the old Cyrusio. Hit him with the ping and call it a day. Not bad for a couple of games there so far. And did they do any damage to us? Oh yeah, the Pikachu knocked 1 Pokemon out. Not bad, but Oricorio dealt with pretty easily now twice in a row. I hope we don't get Oricorio again, because that's going to be a bit funky to just say, yes, this deck beats Oricorio. It beats more stuff than that, I promise. But yeah, as you can see, we're doing pretty well. There's the 2 win streak that we've got. And we'll play one more and see how it goes. Okay, here we are. The dreaded game number 3 when I'm 2-0 up, which means we are going to lose. We are going first. We're against fighting, but we do have Giratina, but only Giratina. So a second Giratina would be okay. Oh, okay. I faced a few of these. I think I won this matchup twice that I've faced it today, but it's still not the easiest matchup in the world. I think it's likely to be Stoutland and Gallade. There we go. My brain just went blank for a second there. I think we can just get going, right? We don't have that many dumpable cards right now. So and they're not going to attack us. So I think I'll hold with the Professor's Research. If they red card us on 3, 1, it keeps 3 to 3, but also it puts the Research back in the deck so we can draw it again. If we just did Research Pass and then they red card us, we're in a bit of a mess. And there was nothing like, you could argue the Nihiligo, but they're not, unless they do like Leaf or X Speed, they're not going to actually hit the Giratina anyway, so this is probably okay. Oh, they're going fishing. And there, yeah, okay, there's the Lollipop. This matchup is a bit scary because you have to think about Stoutland right now, right? It's not even close to being a problem yet, but you have to think about it. We did get Nihiligo, which is pretty big. Now we can draw. This is the sort of matchup where you want to just snipe stuff with Sabrina. We have second, okay. Yeah, let's just get this down. Oh god, I'm so scared here, honestly. No Dawn makes this matchup a bit harder as well. They're going to two-shot us regardless, right? I could maybe retreat next turn. Excuse me, sorry. It's a very tricky one, this. This is one that's, like, built to beat us to an extent. I just gotta hope they don't... Of course, yeah, rare candy. Yeah, okay. So this is probably gonna put some pain on us right now. We have put the poison on, though. Okay, so we're going to energy on here for another 20. I think I'm going to save the heals for the Stoutland if we get there. We're not looking so bad. We're really not. I'm scared of Sabrina this turn from them into like Cyrus the turn after could be very awkward. So I think I'm okay having this Giratina go down. Again, scared of red cards, stuff like that. We might have... Oh, here's another rule that I've not mentioned, which is really bad for me, but never have two barbs on the board at the same time. Unless absolutely necessary. You really, 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 really want to go one barb. When that Pokemon gets knocked out, play the other one. Because otherwise you're making Guzma way too good. Okay, we should be fine. Because again, the poison just does so much damage. So this goes to 130 now. And then we can... And this lines us up against Stoutland very good as well. We can energy here. That puts them to 100. And then we can use our red, which is super important. I really recommend running one red in this deck. I would not recommend... I think some people love cutting red for some reason, but it's so good for us. Deal 100. Puts them to 10. They're going to take 20 from the poison. There goes Gallade. And we're actually in a decent position to deal with this Stoutland. Because if they attack us, they take 20. And then we attack them, deal 100, and then 120 because of the poison. So this Stoutland will actually go down if it just flat attacks us. We are Sabrina-ing that route like there's no tomorrow now. Yeah, okay. And we actually got it done. Yeah, this is nice. Okay, so I will just point out, even if these didn't exist and this was energy attack, we have heal to put us outside of the 140 range, but also it would get poisoned, so they would need Guzma, or they're just done on board. So yeah, really, we put ourselves in a really strong position here, so God, it feels like I'm BMing my opponent now just because I'm explaining. But we can just Sabrina this now, and then there you go. Job done. And that's another 3 wins. My win rate, I should have kept track, but I went on a 10-win streak. I think lost 1 or 2, then went on a 5-win streak, then lost 1, then won a few more, and then now I've just done 3 in a row again. Honestly, maybe it's just a good day for me, and trust me, I've needed it because my last few days of gameplay have not been great. But this deck is putting in the work. As we can see now, 3-win streak. You've seen all 3 games, 15-62. And you know what? Let's quickly as well, while I round up the video, make sure to like and subscribe, by the way, and appreciate you watching this long if you can hear me say that. But let's see, we were, I think, 8,000 earlier, and now we're 5,670, so not top 100, but I was 1,400 earlier today, and I've not played that many games. So yeah, guys, that's the deck. Let me know how it goes. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like the deck, or if you think Darkrai Giratina is the makes me a villain. We'll see. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching, everyone. I'll see you next time.